You are welcome to another video of the course Yang-based network automation using netconf, restconf, and gnmi. In this section, we will talk and demonstrate gnmi subscribe command. With subscribe command, any application can subscribe itself to any data in Yang data model, and then the data will be streamed to the subscriber on any changes or at intervals. In the previous section, we have already discussed and implemented gnmi get and set command with gnmi client tool. In this section, we will be dedicated to the most interesting part of the gnmi protocol, subscribe command. With subscribe command, any software can subscribe to any data in the Yang data model structure in order to receive data whenever it changes or at certain intervals. In other words, gnmi subscribe command can be used to stream data to all telemetry subscribers at any time. With gnmi streaming sample mode, data will be streamed at regular interval, and with gnmi streaming unchanged mode, data will be streamed whenever it changes. A good example for unchanged mode is interface status. You subscribe to receive the interface status whenever it changes. A good example for sample mode is the interface bandwidth. You subscribe to receive inbound and outbound interface statistic at regular interval to monitor inbound and outbound bandwidth usage. gnmi streaming mode is typically used in conjunction with monitoring packages like InfluxDB, Telegraph, and Grafana software package for monitoring purposes. To better understand gnmi subscribe command and streaming mode, I've prepared two examples: interface incoming traffic statistics with sample streaming mode, and interface status with unchanged streaming mode. This is the command to monitor incoming traffic of the interface Ethernet 1 with sample streaming mode. Instead of get or set command, we use the subscribe command in this example. The path is known to us since we have already discussed in gnmi get command and gnmi client interactive mode about the path. In stream mode parameter in the subscribe command, we have defined the streaming mode as sample, and a streaming interval is also configured to 5 seconds. Let's run the command to see how the incoming interface of the Ethernet 1 interface are displayed in the output every 5 seconds. Is connect to the device with this IP address and port, username and password with insecure authentication method, and subscribe itself to this path in the Yang data model with the streaming mode sample and in interval of 5 seconds. And then we run the command, paste. This is the incoming interface statistic. In the next 5 seconds, we see another data. No, the data has not changed, as you can see, but the data will be displayed in the output every 5 seconds. The data is changing now in the interface Ethernet 1 statistics. In the second example, we monitor the status of Ethernet 1 interface, and the streaming mode is configured as unchanged mode, which means that every interface status changes are streamed to the subscriber. To see the example, let's run the command and then manually disable and enable the interface Ethernet 1 using shutdown and no shutdown command. It's expected that whenever there is a status change, the new status will be streamed to the subscriber. Let's run, copy, and then paste. At the moment, interface status is up, and let's change the interface to shutdown, and now it is done, and again no shutdown, and now it is up. Whenever interface status changes, it will be displayed in the output, or it will be streamed to the subscriber. From these two examples, I hope that the application of gnmi streaming mode or subscribe command is clear to us. But in this link, as we have discussed also in the previous section, you can see some other examples of gnmi streaming mode with Arista network devices. For example, here, subscribe to all BGP neighbor states, subscribe to a specific BGP neighbor state, subscribe with stream mode, sample and interval, and finally subscribe to interface counter and save them to a file.